Alrighty, for this one, I'm going to switch it up and do number 6 instead of number 5 first. I'm going to start with the one on top. For numbers 1 and 2 on our study guide, we always had our equations in the y equals mx plus b format, right? Where we could find our starting number and then our slope, and that's how we did the graphing. So one of the methods to graph something like this is to change this equation into, right, we're going to take this and change it into this format. So we're going to take, I'm going to do it on the side here, x minus 6y is equal to 42. And we want this y by itself. So we're going to move all of the other stuff to the other side. So I'm going to start off by moving this x. And if it's, remember, when you have a variable with nothing in the front, you just imagine an imaginary 1. So if I have positive 1x, I'm going to do minus 1x. And on this side, minus 1x, to be left with negative 6y is equal to, and here I cannot do 42 minus 1 because they are not like terms. So I'm actually going to keep it as negative 1x plus, I want to keep it in the frame, plus 42. And then I want to get rid of this negative 6. And this it might seem like we have to add 6 on both sides because this is a negative 6, but it's actually negative 6 times y. So to get rid of it, we're going to divide by negative 6. And we're going to do the same on the right side. So this cancels out, right? This becomes our big one, right? Or you can do it that way, or you can just cross it out. It's up to you, but it does cancel out, and we're left with y is equal to, and then we're going to divide this part, this term, by negative 6, and then this term by negative 6. So let me do one at a time. Negative 1 divided by negative 6 is positive 1 over 6x. Right, that x just stays. You can even write it on the top if you want, the 1x, plus 42 divided by negative 6 is going to be negative 7. So I wrote a plus, but I'm actually going to change that to a minus. We have negative 7, right, because I did 42 divided by negative 6 to get negative 7. So to graph this, we're going to do it the same exact way that we did our number 1 and number 2 on our study guide. I'm going to start with this number as my starting number on the y-axis. So I need to find negative 7 over here, and I have rise over run, right? So I have 1 over 6. So I'm going to go up 1, and then I'm going to go over 6. And I have 2 points, which is enough to draw my line. And that is not super accurate, but it is okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm going to move on to my second one. So my second one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start off just by writing this on the side. Here, I'll do that one on this side. Or actually, I'll do it 7x plus 6y is equal to 6. I want my y by itself again, so I'm going to move this 7x to the other side. 7x. And then I end up with, this cancels, 6y is equal to negative 7x plus 6, right? Because they're not like terms. So it doesn't become negative 1, right? I do not do 6 minus 7. I do 6 minus 7x, or negative 7x plus 6. And then I'm going to divide by 6, divide everything by 6. And then this cancels out. I get y is equal to negative 7x over 6 plus 6 over 6, which is just 1. So again, I have my starting number at 1, or my y-intercept at positive 1. So I'm going to make a point at positive 1. And then I go down 7 because it's negative 7, and then over 6. So from my starting point, I'm going to go down 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then over 6. So right here. And oof, that's enough to make my line. Not super accurate, but that is okay. So that's what my line is going to look like. And my point of intersection, that's what's going to be my final answer, right? And our point of intersection should always be x comma y or 6 comma negative 6. This is going to be my final answer.